How on earth did I get cancelled on TikTok? We'll look at the details of how this came to happen in this video. We'll start with my short experience on TikTok that's only about a month old. Then we'll look at the video that got me in trouble. And then we'll look into the research I did thereafter. That is pretty shocking. So stay tuned. So yes, I got banned on TikTok with one video. It got flagged and then it got deleted. And trust me, this was a pretty awful experience for myself because I'm not used to getting canceled. I'm not used to getting in trouble at all. I'm Swiss. I'm not exactly part of a minority, except that there's not that many Swiss people. But other than that, I'm well behaved. I have manners, I believe, and I'm just not used to getting in trouble. I know the rules, I stick to them. So I'm like that kind little loving person that you never have issue with. Sort of. So yeah, it was like, what does this huge platform even have against me? But before that, I want to look at why I even got on TikTok, because that we should look at first, because I was so resistant to TikTok. Like all I knew about TikTok before I started my experience in end of June 2025 was basically that it's a Chinese app and basically designed to draw people in psychologically through their little features they have where you don't stop scrolling. And all I linked to TikTok was people being on their phone constantly on the bus, when they were walking around, teens addicted to the app. So I really thought there's nothing good is coming from that app. Like it's useless. It's designed to dumb us down, to make us stupid, to have a attention span of basically zero, because you can't focus on a video or on anything basically longer than 2, 3 seconds, or at the most 15 to 30 seconds. So I had everything you can have against the app, I had against it. But when I then started to shift my focus, like content wise, because I've been on YouTube forever, right? Not forever, but like 7, 8 years, which is kind of a long time. So I know my way with YouTube. And as I was venturing out into new content territory, we were thinking, right? Me and my little team, we were like, how can we, best put you out there? How can we get attention from people? And that's when TikTok was thrown in. I was like, no, 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 I can't do it. But I did it. I overcame my resistance and I started to just venture out, just try. Like I just tried different ways of what I wanted to talk about until I sort of found my niche so far, which is because it's so current, is so what people talk about currently is the Palestinian conflict, the Gaza Strip, Israel and Palestine conflict. So I went into that and I pretty quickly I became very in love. I fell in love with TikTok in the sense of I fell in love with how freely I got to express myself. I was pleased to see how everyone else was doing the same. It felt like it, how they were all voicing their opinions and speaking freely. And I was really pleasantly surprised how I found the courage to do the same. And I felt very free to express whatever I had in mind and to stitch together clips I found on other creators' websites, like accounts, right? So I loved it. I loved it. What happens next is that what it felt like to me was like randomly a video got flagged, in the sense of it got, you have one alert, you have one notification that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. This video is against our guidelines. And I didn't get it at all because that video was no different than any other video I did. It was pro-Palestine, and but it was mostly a guy talking in the video. I just cut together two snippets of an interview by Anthony Aguilar, sorry, where he explains basically that the IDF works with the US, like the Israeli Defense Forces is a client of the US and that they work together, basically. I'm not in big shock because I've been suspecting this kind of collaboration happening for a while, but still he said it out loud. And so I just added a little comment to that. And I was like, why does this one get taken down? What, I really don't get it. Because a few days before, I had already posted a clip of this interview with Anthony, and there was no issue there, right? So we started looking into things. I was like, what's happening? I was personally offended that a video of mine that I put an hour of work into and that I felt was a good result, that it got taken down. And again, I'm not used to getting in trouble in any way, right? Neither on an app nor in life. So I was like, what? I get banned, I get canceled. What is this? Then you get the option to appeal, to say, I'm not okay with this decision. And I press the button, and 2 seconds later, the video was gone for good. So no explanation there. It was just gone. It was just like, okay, it got taken down. Um, so yeah, that was that. So we tried to figure out what happened, and my guess, or our guess, was that maybe it's because I put IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, like spelled out in the title of the video, because we were like, okay, maybe, I don't know, but it could be. And then as we started researching, it was fascinating to see that I came upon an article that was only 1 day old, where it was said that TikTok had hired a new hate speech manager, police woman, basically police officer woman, right? Who, a person who is supposed to go against hate speech. And I'm going to read you that little part that I got from Mint Press News. And it says that meet TikTok's new Zionist censorship czar, Erica Mindell. Mindell is a former IDF instructor and is now employed to run TikTok's hate speech enforcement. The head of the ADL previously said Israel has a TikTok problem. Now a devout Zionist can censor the platform. So this was literally like, she basically started to work at TikTok the same month as I started TikTok. And the article about her being employed is the same day my video got taken down. I was like, okay, there has to be a connection there. And maybe I'm wrong, right? But still, it was like, okay, my video gets taken down. She gets employed. She's a Zionist. She's a proud Jew. She has worked for the IDF. So, of course, she's not going to like that I spread the truth by spreading Anthony Aguilar's video. And that was then my explanation. But we kept on investigating further and came upon this second article, also by Mint Press News, which goes, we're gonna show you that in the video as well. The title is TikTok Chinese Trojan Horse is run by State Department officials. This article is already 2 years old, by Ellen McLeod. And yeah, I'm gonna read you this little paragraph. Amid a national hysteria claiming the popular video sharing app is a Chinese Trojan horse, a Mint Press News investigation has found dozens of ex-US State Department officials working in key positions at TikTok. Many more individuals with backgrounds in the FBI, CIA, and other departments of the national security state also hold influential posts at the social media giant, affecting the content that over 1 billion users see. So I don't know about you, but this was news to me. So all I knew, it was Chinese, and I just thought it's Chinese, and maybe they want to dumb us down, as I said, or maybe they want to bring over a dictatorship, or maybe they want to bring over their social credit system, like something. They have something in mind, but it's very Chinese. Like, it's basically nothing to worry about because they're over there, and I'm not going to install it on my phone, so I'm good, I'm safe, right? And now there is this news that I found on different websites, right? It's not a secret that so many former CIA agents and FBI agents and other state security people work at TikTok. And now Erica Mindell has been employed, who is working against anti-Semitism, right? Whatever that is, we know it gets thrown around all the time, but it's basically everything that's criticizing Israel is anti-Semitic. So we're not going to get into the definition of that. It's more complex than that, but of course, I was like, oh, wow. I thought I had complete freedom of speech on here. I thought the Chinese don't care about our little problems we have going on over here in Europe and America. Like, of course they worry, right? You know what I mean? But I was like, yeah, they don't care. They just want to get into our minds, our brains, and make us stupid. So that's their goal. They don't care about politics all that much. And oh my gosh, was I wrong? So I looked this up, and this Mint Press people that I read the article to you before, I'm going to read you then what I found next, which is, we're gonna put that in the video too, which is, this is Mint Press suspended from TikTok. TikTok has suspended Mint Press News account without any explanation. We are concerned this may part of a wider attempt to cancel our platform, which has been seen Mint Press banned from both PayPal and GoFundMe. To support us, and the censorship, against the censorship, then it goes on. But so that's exactly basically my experience, right? If they want to suspend you, I mean, for me, only one video got canceled, but if they really want to go after you, they just cancel you. They just delete your account. And of course, I know that this has been happening also on YouTube, right? I know during COVID, like 800,000 videos got deleted. That's what I last read. So of course, they just get taken down, even though they tell the truth. So this is what is at stake here. It's freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of you expressing what you believe in, what you see to be true, but you're not allowed to say it. This is dangerous territory. And now discovering that US officials, like former US security officials, are within TikTok, I do wonder if it's not even a Chinese app at all. If it's an American way, like it's an American company basically, or an American, it's a Trojan horse, right? It's apparently based in China, but it has nothing to do with China. It is an operation maybe to just have people express themselves freely, to then have data on them and know exactly who thinks in which way. And you can put it together a file, because everything you ever type in your phone gets saved. That's a fact anyways. And then who knows, if, they want to do something with that info, they can. Maybe they stop you from traveling, or from booking a flight, or from getting a job, or whatever it is, right? There's dark ideas you can have that you can do with info that you have on someone, right? Edward Snowden was one of the first ones that blew the whistle on that. Julian Assange, like, we don't want to get into it right now, but yes, I just wanted to share this, my experience, 1 month on TikTok. I still love it. I'm still on there. Now I'm a bit hesitant. What can I post and what can I not? Because obviously Erica will be reading my posts that are critical of Israel and of the collaboration between Israel and the US that has been going on for decades already, and she might cancel other posts, and I have this little notification on my account like, you have one strike, you only have one more strike, and then you're gone. And that's a weird feeling. So, but let's see. So yes, what do you guys think? Leave me your comments, like, subscribe, all that. And thanks so much for being here. Express yourself also the way you can. Find the means that is right for you. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever feature is out there, find your voice and express yourself. All the best to you. Much love. Bye. It's funny because just as I finish this YouTube video, I get notified by TikTok and they have an answer to my appeal. So it was rejected, not approved. They didn't like that I was like, hey, what's wrong, guys? I just shared a video that's like everywhere and that seems to be truthful. So they tell me the reason, violation reason. In a global community, it is natural for people to have different opinions, but we seek to operate on a shared set of facts and reality. We do not allow inaccurate, inaccurate, misleading, or false content that may cause significant harm to individuals or society, regardless of intent. Significant harm includes physical, psychological, or societal harm and property damage. Oh, I was tearing down a house. I was doing property damage, I guess, by sharing a video that's out there. Psychological damage, societal damage and harm, physical and guys, I don't get it. This is not okay. Of course, because the video wasn't even me speaking, it was this guy. And yes, 2 days later, it was spread, like the news was out there that Anthony Aguilar was in trouble basically for spreading false information, for falsifying documents. They said he was upset when he left the army and that basically he's a fraud. Right. So this is now the narrative they're trying to spread, is that a soldier who was working for the US Army, who saw with his own eyes the atrocities that the US Army and the IDF were committing, and he's like, not with me, I can't take it, that he's being cancelled and he's being painted as a crazy person who has a grudge and who is frustrated and who now invents stuff. Yes, but everyone who listens to that interview will be able to tell that he's being truthful. It's true emotions, truly emotional. And as he tells the story of what he lived through, you can all look it up. It's real. It's real, but he is now painted as the bad guy, and that's why my video got taken down, because it's false and it's property damage. Yep, that's where we're heading, guys. We can't speak freely anymore. They're trying to hide the truth, and it will not be working because they don't get through with it. And let's see what happens next. Thanks for staying tuned, and see you soon.